had not long turned off the main kind of trade route onto the tribal trail when you encountered what looked like the dead horses of your companions on the road. You were ambushed, fought back. You've left your wagon off to one side of the trail, and you followed the goblins' tracks back to the mouth of a cave. A stream came out. You ninjaed up to them and took them out, which was mightily impressive. And you've actually managed to find a way, clearly a kind of hidden route up to the kind of big boss, up to his room, Clarg, who was the bugbear that you fought at the end of last time. Now, unfortunately, in that fight, though you were victorious, some of you took some fairly nasty wounds, and one of them in particular kind of rang like a bell when when the Paladin, when Lumi was struck, it was kind of like a ringing a bell. And so, in fairness, you've heard the kind of chittering of goblins since that point. As soon as he dropped, there's a kind of moment for you to get your bearings, but you're essentially in quite a large chamber with a ton of what looks like stolen supplies on the kind of back wall. A chest, which must be filled with fat loot, a bunch of dead goblins, 2 big dead wolves, and a dead bugbear, and the sound of, like I say, the sound of goblins stalking through the cave system.
Is it easy to tell which of the 2 exits from this cave system that the noises are coming from?
Yes.
Which one?
So it's not coming from the chimney way that you guys climbed up. It's coming from the other route. So it's like, if you remember, I said there's a kind of an opening and a set of natural stairs going down.
All right, I thought there was 2 exits from there as opposed to the chimney.
No, there's 2 exits from the route. Sorry, one is the kind of steps down.
The steps down. How wide is it?
Oh, about 10 foot wide.
So 2 people stood there could potentially hold off
a bunch of goblins. Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear running water in the next room, but it is very dark because it's not well lit here. Those of you with particularly good night vision, so probably yourself, Joe, Brorna would be able to see from the top of the steps as you look down into the room. Everybody else would just see the steps and a little area of kind of ground. Beyond that are 2 big pools of water.
Would my low light be enough to see that?
No, it's the distance. So your low light is fine, but I think it only gives you kind of 60 feet. So
my secret message thing, can I do that with multiple people, or is it a single person?
Just one.
All right.
I'll go and stand in the doorway anyway with the axe ready.
Okay. Is anybody stepping up into the entryway? Like I say, you can hear the sound of goblins.
I am.
I will.
I'll
quietly relay to people what I'm seeing then.
I'll shake my head to the Paladin and say, "You don't look very well."
I'm well enough. Step in. I look fucked. Really do.
Absolutely fucked.
Yeah. Start stepping. I'll probably drag myself. Form up. Yeah. Get me on the shield.
Maybe you should sit this one out.
Maybe it's your brother's turn. Because I have to say,
you did do some awesome moves.
Whilst Lumirakas, it looks pretty fucked. Amarakis looks pretty fresh, actually.
Correct. Fresh as a daisy. Yeah. Lazy fucker.
Are you gonna step up in his place?
By all means, I'll take the lead.
Okay. So you can first off, can everyone give me a perception check? So please roll your passive perception. If you've got a specialty in it, please add your proficiency bonus. So for those that can't remember, perception is at the bottom of your stat. It's a wisdom bonus plus any perception special you get from it. So just roll a d20 and away we go.
5.
Okay. you're looking the other way, which is actually correct in this instance. So
Belly
you're
fluff.
You're focused. No. You're focused very much on the steps and that dark room.
Yep.
11.
15 for me.
15.
11.
Okay, Mike. Amarakis rocks in at
22.
22. Right. Okay.
Wow. You are all seeing.
So, Amarakis and Brorna, you can see smoke coming up from the chimney stack behind you. So that the way that you climbed up into this chamber, the goblins have clearly gone down to the base of it and set a fire down there because you can see
Right.
black smoke curling up the smoke.
Do you see that?
Okay.
I can see. Can you see the smoke?
Mm-hmm. If you have to say it. We must
Yeah.
go out the long way.
You hear
Only
this
way forward.
shrieking from further in the caves, and out of the darkness, an arrow pings past off the one of their little black sort of natty arrows, kind of chings off the side of the cave.
I'll lift up my shield. I think they could be expecting us.
There's a hint there. Time
Do
to
not-
fight.
Do not think we can stay here. I think we need to take the fight to them.
I think
I
they've
agree.
already brought the fight to her.
Did you not see the arrow ping past?
You guys can hear it sort of ching off the wall quite clearly.
But if
Go.
we stay
Go
here,
fight them.
we get smoked out, or they just fill us full of arrows. And I'll say that I'll start down the steps.
Okay. Yeah, you start down
Start
the steps. Okay. You head down the steps into an equally big chamber. This is perhaps slightly larger than Clark's lair. The kind of main features as the stairs go down is there's a big kind of natural rock base to the room, and on the far side are two large pools where water's come in and it's all been dammed up. So if perhaps you'd come in through a different entrance, it looks like these things could be smashed, and there's a great big mallet to one side where they could knock away the foundation walls and probably sweep everybody out that was downhill. So if you'd come through a different way in, a spotter could have wiped you all out. You can't see anybody by the pools. They've headed off, but you can see a narrow doorway, narrow passageway further up. Probably one man abreast, and an arrow is going to come pinging out from there. So what's your armor class?
Who?
Guy just
You're the only one walking down the stairs, so
Oh,
what's your
I
armor
didn't think I
class?
was, but okay.
Yeah.
You just pushed past me.
Sorry,
Downstairs.
I thought you just said you were.
We were
I
walking
was, but I
downstairs,
didn't-
and then you gave
okay.
me a lecture about not working.
What's your armor
fast enough.
class?
Then you went past me.
So what's your armor class?
17.
Right, yep. It misses you. But another one like chimes past you.
Right, so I will jink to the left so that I'm not in direct line of sight of that doorway and close up on the entrance to start with.
You could start moving in that direction, no problem. How are the rest of you moving?
Slowly behind the shield.
Yeah, behind the meat shields.
Okay. Are you moving to kind of draw your missile weapons? So, like Shepherd, are you pulling your daggers free, or?
I probably have them ready, but not being able to see shit at the moment. I'm just basically hiding behind the big guys. This is
If we took the dams out, where the arrows are, would it take whatever is shooting those arrows out? No, they're
No.
in a different direction.
You think it must be a case that they knock the wall away and it must flood down into?
But they're not. They're not in that line.
Both Mike and Medz, what's your actions, please? Turn.
Can I see a target?
Nope, no one's. In fairness, no one's kind of bringing light to the party. So I
No,
can understand before, perhaps when you were trying to be stealthy and entering the cave.
Too late now.
Phil, I'm going to pick up a decent sized rock from the floor
Okay.
and
Yeah.
cast light on it. I'm going to advise the young drow to cover her eyes for a sec.
She's fine.
I'll be alright. I think magic light doesn't affect me in the same way, does it?
It's sun. It's direct
Oh,
sunlight.
it's like sunlight. Oh, God. Yeah.
No. I mean, you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Sunlight that the problem.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the party can't see shit, so I'm going to cast a light on the rock and throw it down there.
I was going to say I'm going to basically be holding my action until I can actually see something.
Okie dokie. In that case, Medz, as soon as Amarakis kind of lights the way, you can for the first time you can actually see the interior of the cave entrance quite easily. The rest of you can now see a little bit better. You can see 3 goblins in this kind of little doorway, this little passageway. 2 with bows and 1 stood at the front, slightly beefier, with just wearing a loincloth with a bone through his nose and a spear. So, are you taking any action, Shepherd?
Yep. As soon as I've got a target, I will be hurling a knife in the general direction. Which of any of those 3 notably got a missile weapon?
Yes, I said 2 of them have got bows, little short.
Sorry,
bows.
I missed that. So one, I'll go for one that's got.
Spear.
I'll go for one of the range attackers then. Either or, doesn't really matter.
Yep, no problem.
Go for the one on the left, let's say.
No.
Ooh, 24.
Yeah, that'll hit. So yeah, do me a damage roll.
3.
Yeah, you're killing goblins.
Holy crap! I wasn't expecting that.
You throw a knife and it catches him right in the throat. There's a kind of really amusing moment as it loops over towards him, and he looks up and goes, "Oh shit!" Thump, drops down, and the bow goes down.
Made you look.
Made you look, prick. Okay, next on the roster is Joe.
Yay, 17.
No problem. Roll me your damage, which I think is 1d10.
Cool.
Flat 1d10.
10. Wait.
Right, okay. You going for the bow, or you going with the guy with the bone through his nose and the spear?
I'm going for the bow.
Okay. The guy's kind of left on his own as you blast the other guy. You see him engulfed in flames, and he falls down out of sight. Roasted goblin. The air fills with the scent of roasted goblin. Just roll me d20, add 6 onto it, and away we go. Yep. D20 plus 6, go. Boom.
15.
Yeah, that's enough. That hits him. Please roll your damage.
Yeah, which is 1d12 plus 4.
Have some.
Have 8.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, you diligently chop him. There's a moment as he seems a little surprised that 1, you can close the distance, and 2, actually his buddies that were hoping to give him some covering fire have disappeared. You blast them guys and head through, and you can see a long passageway, but it's quickly evident that either side of the passageway is open, right? So it's kind of like a bridge from one side of the big tunnel to the other. So they've kind of walked across it, but there are 2 figures stood on the top of the bridge, right? So as you kind of step into that sort of narrower picture, opens out, you've got a little landing area with this stone bridge that arcs to the other side. Stood on top of it is a goblin with face paint, yellow face paint down the side of his face, and he's holding a bone dagger to a blonde-haired human warrior who's kind of on his knees in front of him. So kind of you recognize, those of you that remember Sildar, he was the human warrior. Yeah, so Sildar Hallwinter looks though he's had his head kicked in. There's blood, bruised, battered, and he's kneeling right by the edge, and stood behind him holding his hair, pulling his hair back with a bone knife, the tip right to his throat, is a goblin. Kind of sneers as he sees you, kind of waits to see how many of you come out.
How far away is it?
Probably a good a good 20 feet away. But like I say, he's got the point of the dagger right under Sildar's neck.
Shall I do the talking?
Don't know, do you speak Goblin? I think there's only one person here that speaks Goblin.
And I will pipe up. How do you think this is going to end?
You hear this, the Goblin sneers and speaks back to you in Goblin, in the Orcish tongue. It ends with me wealthy.
I think it ends.
If you shut your mouth, big fat oaf. If you come from Clark's cavern, then you must have his chest. Bring me Clark's chest. Give me his riches, and I'll give you the human. Or you can watch his sweet red blood spill all through the waters.
Human means nothing.
He says with a grin, with like little teeth.
But I could chop you down to size.
He puts the knife in deep and silver, and you see blood start to come down his chest. Wind. Take one more step forward, idiot.
Do you think you'll get away?
He nods. He seems very confident.
I'll turn to the others and I'll translate. He wants the chest from the room that we appeared in when we climbed the chimney. He reckons.
Interestingly enough, he pipes up in common and says, "Yes, Yimmick wants Clark's chest. Bring it to me." All right, got your friend.
Do we know him?
We do.
The chest seems a small price to pay for a life.
I don't know.
Why are we even discussing this?
Because he's not my friend.
Let's
It's
give
not
him
my
the
friend.
chest.
Not mine.
Aren't you a real bunch of fucking heroes?
Let's give him the chest.
He doesn't
Come
have
on.
to be my friend to save his life.
Look, I'll speak quite quietly so the goblin can't hear. Like, how is this goblin really going to escape with a chest?
I suspect he's rigged the span across the chasm. He seems very confident. Very confident.
Okay.
Why don't we give him the chest? Let him release the guy. Blow his head off. Take the chest. Save the human.
I will go with the majority on this. I don't care either way.
I care about the treasure if it saves a life.
I'll look around and say, how many friends do we have in here? Is he the only one?
When there are two?
Do we need to cross the bridge?
This is a good point. I'll turn to the goblins. Where's the dwarf?
You want the dwarf? No, the dwarf is not for sale. The dwarf has gone elsewhere.
Where?
Pass me the fortunes from Clark and we'll talk. Come on, hurry, my patience is waning. Don't make me scar him more, he says with a little smile.
I'll turn back. So I got my back to him again, talk to everyone else. I really want to kill him.
Do we
Will
need
my
him?
sleep spell reach this distance, Phil?
Yes.
Easy.
Right, I'm going to cast it.
Okay.
Phil, I am ready to sprint because I feel that our human friend may topple over the edge.
Yeah, there is a possibility of that.
Okay.
Okay.
He resists it. So you can see for a second he goes like, whoa. The magic kind of gently lays upon him. You can see him sort of swaying a little as he's kind of fighting it.
On those afternoon meetings. when you almost go. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this quite a visible effect for that he's looking groggy? Right. Obviously something's happened. I'm gonna follow up then with my last spell slot of the day and hit him with Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, okay.
That's got a 60-foot.
Yeah, go on.
What does that do?
Racks him with pain and does 3d6 psychic damage.
Oh.
I only cast it a couple of times.
Now that he's gone groggy.
Yeah.
Not as alert.
Shazam.
And only he'll be able to hear it.
So D20 plus charisma bonus plus your proficiency.
Yeah. Sorry, I was on the wrong bloody page. Gotta get used to these. So proficiency is 2, 6, K. There's too many windows to jump around.
Mm-hmm.
And of course.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, this is surprising. He rolls a natural 1 on his resistance. So please roll your damage.
Dude,
Wow.
the second he either lets go, it looks like things are starting to topple. I am moving at full movement to try and make a grab for the fighter.
13.
Okay. Would you please narrate the death of Ymik as you use your Dissonant Whispers to kill him? Because it will kill him easily.
There's only he can hear it. So, I mean, although everybody else will probably see as he's going groggy, is probably just hear me muttering under my breath like a muttly job.
Yep.
And the goblin will lock up in paroxysms of pure agony, like pure stiffen up, twitch, flopping around like a fish out of water.
Oh yeah.
Until he expires.
I was going to say he'll. It looks like he has this terrible heart attack, stroke convulsion, and then just drops dead behind Sildar, who kind of leans forward and has just enough presence of mind to put one arm down in front of him and hold him up. So when you come across to kind of grab him, he's sort of swaying but still on 1 hit point.
Okay.
And he'll kind of blink blood out of his eyes, look at you and thank you, strange friends. Thank you.
Strange friend.
Somewhere to rest. Whoa, water.
I'll hand him over to the cleric.
I'll look after him.
And I'm going across the span. Actually, no. As I hand him over, I'll say, "Where's the dwarf?"
Shakes his head. Cragmar Castle.
Does that mean anything to any of us?
Doesn't. He'll say that and he'll sort of slump.
I'm going to go. I'll say, going to scout across the bridge.
I can heal once more today. Do we need him awake?
If you could find somewhere defensible, you could happily have a short rest. It would probably give him some healing without using your spells.
Was he a fighter?
Yeah.
Fighter's more use on his feet than on his back, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. In theory, he takes out another one of your fighters if you have to carry him.
Yeah.
Plus, it would also give
a net gain
Loom
of 2 fighters.
I was going to say, plus it would give Loom time to get himself probably slightly patched up so that he could get up and press on with you. So at the moment, I think you're on 2 hit points, aren't you, Matt?
6.
6. Oh right. Slightly.
I'll
Pretty badly hurt.
sorry. I'll use me. If we're getting a short rest, I'll use that Song of Rest.
Okay. So are you going to return back to
Clark's room? Is that the most defensible?
Clark's room? Yeah. There's still, I have to say, there's still kind of a wisp of smoke that's kind of congealing around the scene. So if you stay for a particularly long period of time, then you can imagine it will fill the cave slowly.
Can I just cast Create Water over the chimney?
Or I could wee down there.
I've got a spell left. I'm going to cast Create Water over the chimney. I'll drop about 10 gallons of water down it.
Yeah, you'll hear a loud hiss as the fire is extinguished.
What's the name that we rescued, Phil?
Sildar.
Sildar.
So you and Lumi haven't met him. The other three met him and outside Neverwinter. So, like I say, you sit down with him, give him a chance to kind of rest and get your shit together. And he'll slowly come back.
This chest.
So yeah, you can just open the chest, no problem. You will see within the chest a huge kind of pile of copper pieces. There's some silver, two little green vials, and a jade frog.
Okay. For now, I'll close the chest. I'm assuming it's but is it portable if we need it to be?
Yeah. I mean, you could. You've got three very, very strong people in the party.
Oh yeah, I am testing to see if I can pick it up.
Basically. Yeah, if there are, it's got 600 copper pieces in it, 110 silver pieces, a couple of these little potions, and the little tiny
jade frog. Am I right here in assuming that our bard would have an opportunity of potentially seeing if there's anything, as in, does he get the equivalent of identify?
I have got identify.
Yeah.
So if you were to ask,
so I will point out the jade frog
or the bard whether or not they can identify whether items are valuable or not, for example.
Yeah, which is pretty much what I'm going to do. I'll pull out the frog and I'll go, what's this?
Just frog.
Looks like a jade frog.
That much.
Jade frog.
That much I knew. Does it have any history that you're aware of? Have you ever heard any reference of it?
Do you want to turn it over in your hands? Have a little look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a jade frog. Yeah, nothing special about it.
I'll put it back in the box for now.
Okay, back in the box. It
I can have a closer look when we're in a more suitable environment.
Yeah, when you're not being chased by goblins. And all that.
Well, I'm not. While I'm sat in a bugbear's cave after fighting with goblins and
all that sort of
whatnot, it's not really the time I want to do a little bit of academia.
You did pick up your spare dagger, didn't you? You know, the one you threw.
The neck of one of the goblins. Yeah, I presume.
Yeah.
Continue on then.
Totally.
So the guy kind of starts to come around. He'll look across at Lumi and Amar, and he'll just be like, he'll look a little surprised. Say, "You've got more strange friends with you." He'll kind of sort of straighten himself up, working the kinks out of his back. It's an honor to meet you, knights. Says with a sort of
I'll
Dragonborn.
make the introductions.
Mm-hmm. It's my brother.
We are.
Lumi. I'm Amarakis.
Oh, he's
Good to meet you.
He smiles and nods. I'm Sildar Hallwinter, agent of the Lord's Alliance, one of the Griffin Cavalry of Waterdeep. He says with a little smile, as if he should be slapping his thigh.
There'll be a blank expression.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Sildar.
Good to meet
How are you feeling?
Terrible, but thank you for rescuing me from those idiots.
We'll get you to a safe place. We'll patch you up.
Yes, please. I mean, Phandelver's not too far from here. Maybe a day's ride, maybe slightly longer. I'd appreciate it if I could travel with you. Gundren's long gone now.
Of course.
You mentioned
safety in numbers.
You mentioned a castle.
Yes, so I heard the Greenskins. I know something of the Orcish tongue. I heard them mention Cragmore Castle. It's where they're taking Gundren.
No,
Why were they taking him?
They were waiting for us on the road. They ambushed us. They knew we were coming. I'm not sure how. But anyway, they took us into their care straight away. And they knew he had a map upon him. A map showing the entrance to a cave further into the mountains to the east of here. unfortunately, I didn't see him after they.
What's the significance of this map then, and what's the significance of the cave? Why, if you've been betrayed, why would they desire that map so greatly?
Did we not hear some talk about a lost mine?
There was some talk of a lost mine. That was something.
I know, but you can't jump to conclusions.
No, but Brorna kind of mentioned that to you guys on your first rest. So kind of there seems a vague reluctance in him to talk about it, but he clearly realizes that actually without your help he wouldn't be here. So, kind of comes to terms with it and says, the Rockseeker brothers, they told me they found the long lost Wave Echo Cave. It's the site of the mines of the Phandelver Pact. He sort of says as if you should completely know all about that.
Have we heard of that?
I was going to say, you got two historians.
I was going to say, those of you with history can make me a roll.
+2.
D20 plus your history check. In fact, any of you that's got.
I've got one. I've got
I got a +1 in everything now.
Make your rolls, my friends.
13.
Make your rolls. You need a 15 plus to get the detail that you need.
6.
With a 13, you've heard of it. You've heard of Wave Echo Cave.
14.
19. Plus, with my
What a
massive
surprise.
+1 now, I've rolled 19.
Ill monkey. Here
24.
Right. So Brorna and Shepherd, you are both aware that there's a tale concerning the Lost Mine of Phandelver. So it must be around something like 500 years ago, and maybe this is actually part of a story that your bardic friend told you at some point, Shepherd. There was clans of dwarves and gnomes formed something called the Phandelver's Pact when they found Wave Echo Cave, which was a rich mine of minerals, kind of a real find. But there was more than just minerals in that mine. There was power as well. And so a group of human mages formed an alliance, and they, with the help of the gnomes and the dwarves, built a forge deep within the mine. And it was at that forge that magical items could be created. So a place of great power, if you can imagine that. All the area, so in fairness, Phandalin, which must be the town probably reasonably close to it, must have had some good fortune through the trade and the people travelling back and forth to use that place. But not too long after it was found and the pact was made, a huge force of greenskins came plundering through the valley, and if the tale is true, they destroyed almost the whole of Phandalin and attacked the mine, and the subsequent battle destroyed the entrance to it and both sides of the fight. So it would lead you to think that it's been lost for hundreds of years, and if the Rockseeker brothers have found it again, that's a big deal. It's not quite Atlantis, but it's pretty cool if they have found a place.
I will relate all of that information in the inimitable Bard style and make it a tale, being very dramatic with the telling.
To be honest, Sildar will be, rapt. He looks kind of blown away that you guys know the tale, but especially the way you spin or weave it into a great story. And he'll kind of nod along. He'll say, "Oh, you clearly know all about it. All I know is that Gundren and his brothers seem to think they found the entrance. They have a map, and Gundren had it with him. And I know that wherever Gundren is, the people that are seeking it are looking for Wave Echo Cave. I came here to help, but to be quite honest, I'm actually, I think I said, I'm a member of the Lord's Alliance from Waterdeep. I'm actually searching for a friend of mine, a wizard, Iarno Albric. He was supposed to come to Phandalin weeks and weeks ago now, but I lost contact with him a couple of days after he arrived. So I thought I'd tag along, and that way I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.